Douglas was busy this morning, boy.
Can you notice? Well, you're home a lot more on Sunday, probably, but I imagine it's pretty darn busy every day. We got a fire truck chasing us down the taxiway. He's on your side now.
Yep. Now, is that a practice?
I don't know what they're doing. It's not in gear, so they might just be warming the truck up. You know, I think they have routines they do every day. So I'm going to set, just because I got nowhere else to do, a heading bug 355. So I set this heading bug in the direction I want to go. That way, as soon as I take off, all I've got to do is this little, it will be blue, this little purple hash.
Right.
When we turn around, it'll be at the top.
Right.
And that'll just kind of give us an initial direction to fly. And
okay.
We'll go from there. Like I said.
But I saw your reading was actually right there when you were turning it, right?
Well, it started over there.
Yeah.
Oh, the numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
But see, now it's turned blue and it says heading 355.
Yep.
So that's where I set it to. And Jack Roush is
Concord ground, Archer 931, golf south.
Jack Roush?
I don't know which one, but one of those is. Yeah, see the pirate? Yeah, see the first building? He's the pirate because he lost an eye.
Oh, okay.
So his call sign's like the pirate or the.
Right.
Traveler 189 Quebec, Concord Tower, report right midfield downwind, runway 2.
Now, is these P-51s in there?
I think so.
Really?
I don't know how many he's got or.
931 golf, you say Darlington?
Is he still flying?
Yes, sir, Darlington at 3,500.
I think he has to fly with somebody else maybe, but.
Right,
well, no, I think he still flies. I don't know how you get a, one-eyed. All right, let me run over the rest of my checklist real quick. Make sure we're squawking.
Archer 76 golf, extend downwind, traffic to follow, 2 miles straight in is a Skylane.
Feels good. Let me check. Yeah, we got
Skylane 54 Mike, runway 2, clear to land.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
Switch over to tower. So we're on 121.85 on the secondary radio. See COM 2?
Yep.
So I'm on this radio.
Each
one, you can press this button and it'll switch between 2 frequencies.
Okay.
And then when I go to COM 1, I can switch between these 2
Archer 931 golf, squawk.
So like we would talk, see where it says tower TWR? That's the tower here, but this 128.2,
Departure 12832,
that's Charlotte approach. So if I was on an instrument flight plan, as soon as you get off the ground, they switch you.
Oh, okay.
So all I got to do is go boom, and now I'm talking to, so I'm going to go to COM 1, which is tower, and let him know.
This tower?
Yep. Make sure, he just cleared somebody to land, so it might be a minute. Concord Tower, Bonanza, 8539 mics, holding short of 2, ready for departure.
3 o'clock.
Archer 931 golf, runway 2, taxi out.
I think we all were talking.
Bonanza 39 Mike, runway 2, hold short.
Runway 2, 39 Mike, holding short. If we'd have been about 10 seconds earlier, he'd have let us go.
This is pulled back, right?
Yeah, we're good, yep. I kind of wish there was a better way to do that.
November 738 Hotel Sierra, Concord ground, runway 2, taxi Alpha. Confirm you said northeast bound?
I'm focused on the top being forward, but for where you're sitting, you sort of focus on the bottom being,
you're right.
righty.
Yeah.
Concord Tower, 1 Hotel Bravo, midfield, right downwind. Mile and a half left base is an Archer.
Model?
This plane?
Yeah.
It's a 63 or 64.
Is it?
It's old.
She's a good one, though, huh?
Seems to be. I mean, we've had to, it's a constant.
Concord Tower, 1 Hotel Bravo, midfield. Here's 1 Hotel Bravo, heading to your right below you on the left base, Archer to follow.
Have Archer in sight, following Archer, 1 Hotel Bravo.
We'll fly
1 Hotel Bravo, runway 2, number 2 behind that traffic, clear to land.
Clear to land, 1 Hotel Bravo.
Intentional aircraft, got a couple big birds on the left side of the approach into runway 2.
Big bird. Got 2 planes.
Skylane, 54 Mike, left on Delta, taxi out to the ramp.
Delta Alpha to the ramp, 54 Mike, good day.
Good day.
Are they talking about big birds? They talking about planes?
Epic 52, Papa Mike.
Epic 52, Papa Mike, Concord. Let me
right over here
see
between us
what
and the
the system is giving us now. Stand by.
You get a lot of birds.
Bird birds. Yeah.
I think there's some buzzard hawks or there's some kind of big ones. That's probably what he's talking about.
I saw them a few minutes ago. There were 2 of them.
You see a lot of little ones, but
yeah,
there's some kind of something
Vulture
buzzard.
or something like that?
Yeah, I don't remember what they call them, but we got 2 landing, so we'll probably have to wait till both of those clear out.
This place has gotten busier and busier.
Yeah. Well, these ATP, these blue and white.
Concord Tower, Archer 76 Golf is going around.
Now, what's he doing?
Archer 76 Golf, left traffic.
He went around. He aborted his.
Left traffic, 76 Golf.
It's a flight school.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's one behind us.
Right downwind.
They got about 20 planes here.
Travel Air 89 Quebec, traffic short final is a Cirrus, should be no factor, runway 2, clear to land.
Clear to land, have traffic in sight, runway 2, 189 Quebec.
I got everybody coming in at once.
Yep.
Well, I'm ready whenever he says the word.
How long you been flying?
It's been about 6 or 7 years now.
Really? Good.
I mean, since we've known each other.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't really, man, he came in early.
Yeah.
It's a pretty plane. That's a plane I want.
Now, what model is that?
It's a Cirrus SR-22, probably turbocharged.
Oh, really?
Epic 52 Papa Mike, we're on the phone with Charlotte and we'll get right back with you.
Okay, appreciate that, 52 Papa Mike.
He's way too cheap.
Cirrus, 1 Hotel Bravo, turn left on Delta, taxi out to the
Let
ramp.
us go before they
Delta to
come
the
in.
ramp, 1 Hotel Bravo.
Okay.
Bonanza 399, no delay, runway 2, on course, clear for takeoff.
Through to Mike, no delay, on course, clear for takeoff, runway 2. All right.
Approaching runway 02.
No delay.
All right.
I was ready.
Clear right.
I got airspeed alive, so we always say that once the airspeed indicator actually gets
Kicks in.
air,
Yep.
airspeed
in.
alive.
Archer 76 Golf, traffic, turn to right base, mile and a half to follow, is a Travel Air.
Full power.
Looking for that traffic now, 76 Golf.
All right. 50, 60, 70, rotate.
Does that rotate?
Yep. All right, got a positive rate of climb, so that's when we bring the gear up. All right, the gear indicator's up, so the gear's up.
I've got that traffic in sight, 76 Golf.
And then if you see
Archer
where
76 Golf, runway
This
2,
is our
number
fuel
2,
indicator.
clear to
Yep.
land.
you start
Runway
bringing
two,
it
number
back,
two,
because
clear
as we
to
get
land, 76
higher,
Golf.
the air gets thinner,
Right.
so the engine gets richer and richer.
Okay. Oh, I love it.
So I'm gonna climb out kind of slow.
Okay.
We don't even need to talk to him anymore. We're gonna fly over Steven's house.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's straight in front of us.
Really?
Yeah, he lives right off the lake up here.
Right, this lake here?
Yep.
Now, what lake is this?
It's called, hold on, if you hadn't asked me. Hold on,
Concord Tower, Sky 110, Quebec, 10 miles to the east, inbound, full stop, we have Oscar.
I'm gonna fly
Sky
really.
110, Quebec, Concord Tower,
So, you see a
report
little
right
church
midfield
right off our
downwind.
nose?
Yep.
And then over to the right, you see a house
Right, midfield downwind,
with
112,
dormers on it. That's
106.
Steven's house.
Oh,
Travel
okay.
Air 89 Quebec, turn
With the-
left
there's
on
a little
Echo,
horse.
taxi off to the ramp.
I'm pretty sure that his house is right there. I think that one's his.
Quebec.
There's a little horse. There's a barn off to the right.
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
Experimental 167 Alpha Mike, Concord ground.
Yeah, there's like a little horse stable off to the right.
Yeah, this house right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Experimental
I can't
7
really
Alpha
see
Mike,
as well as
runway
you can,
2,
but-
taxi to Alpha 4 Alpha.
Yeah, I see his trailer and his
Yep.
SUV.
Yep. So now we'll turn over towards Mooresville. We'll go,
Okay.
if I still got a signal.
All right. So, speaking of Mooresville, how's Moores? Is Moores,
He's supposed to bring it today.
oh, is he? Okay. Because I'm going to unload this afternoon to try to find that noise.
Yeah. We certainly don't want to mess around with, I'm going to power back since we're at low altitude.
Okay.
Archer 76 Golf, taxi Delta Alpha to the ramp.
So what we
Delta
do,
down to the ramp, 76 Golf.
basically once you're up, I'm going to pull the RPM back. I don't know if you just saw it.
Archer 931,
like going
Delta Tower, you ready to go?
Yeah, okay.
The simplest way to think about it is just purely, you got low gear for takeoff,
Archer 931
high gear
Golf,
once you're in the air.
runway
Okay.
2, make a left downwind departure.
You can, it's like a CVT. You can adjust it,
Make a left
but
downwind departure.
that's not really.
931
I
Golf.
think about it as max RPM is horsepower, and when you throttle it back, you're right on the top of the torque peak.
Okay.
That way, if you start climbing or whatever, it's like going up a hill in a truck. You get to a certain point, and the torque will keep the RPMs from dropping anymore.
Right.
So that's the way I think about it. May or may not be right.
Right.
Got some traffic in front of us. I might have to.
Okay, is it picking it up here?
Yep. I'll go ahead and turn, and we'll go between Kevin and Jason's houses. Should be able to get out.
Epic 52 Papa Mike, Tower.
52 Papa Mike, go ahead.
All right, so with your flight plan that's got the altitude of flight level 220, your new edict is 30 minutes from now, 1615. Are you ready to copy that clearance?
Okay, we're ready to copy. 52 Papa Mike.
52 Papa Mike, clear to Sarasota. Knights 2 departure. Hamlin transition. Harib, that's Hotel Alpha Romeo Alpha Bravo. Then as filed, maintain 3000. Expect flight level 220 in 10 minutes. 128.32 for departure. Squawk 2520.
Alright, I'm going to get off.
Okay, copy, kill, here, Knights 2 departure, Hamlin transition.
Because he's talking too much.
So did you go to secondary now, or did you just turn?
I just tried to find
52 Papa Mike, read that correct.
I
So
right.
you can just plan your startup for that, and I can get you 5 minutes either side of that. So
Trying to just get on low frequency.
Oh, okay.
So Kevin's house is right down here. See that street right in front of the wing?
Oh, yeah, right
I think
over
that's
there.
it right there.
Yep.
So that's Kevin's house.
Yep.
We'll just circle around here for a minute in case he got my message.
Yeah, because I see a shop and I see the pool.
Yep. If you see any other planes, let me know that too, but I'm not showing anything on the...
I don't see anything. I'm looking all from 5 o'clock all the way to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got a shop door
He said
open.
Morris was coming by. I think Morris was going to come by and get his tuning dongle before he picks up his car.
Okay.
But I told him we might be up this way.
Yeah, he's got a shop open. See the garage door open?
Yep. That other plane went east of us, so we're good.
Okay.
And there's Mooresville drag strip right there.
Oh yeah.
Right there. So he is pretty close to the drag strip. I couldn't really picture. So if his streak kept going about 1.5 miles, he'd be at the drag strip.
Wow.
You still see the street?
Yeah.
Right off the wing?
Yep.
Cottle Creek, the lake. It's Cottle Creek Reservoir.
Okay, that's Steven's place, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty place. I think it's probably only 3 or 4 acres, but it's to be that close into town. It's a nice piece of property. It's hard to find.
Yep.
I bet it would cost him 2 or 3 times now what
Really?
it did
When they bought. How long they been there? 10,
I'm not
15
sure.
years?
You know them better than I do, but I don't really know.
I don't know Steven that well. I mean, I've just kind of like.
Well, yeah, I think we're all.
Yeah.
Kevin is Kevin's the master of ceremonies. He knows everybody.
Yeah, he does. He does. So we're coming around.
Yep, kind of back where we started.
Yep.
You still see it?
Yep.
That one house next door looks like it's got a circle track in the front yard.
Yes, I know. Because I walked through there when he was building.
Okay.
Yeah, I walked through there and saw that.
That almost looks like a commercial shop or something, not a house.
Correct.
So we'll circle around. So this big tower here, see this tower off there?
Yep.
That's near Jason's house.
Oh, okay.
So Jason, I'm going to circle the other way around the tower. And if I can see it, I'll show you Jason's house.
Okay, what's the distance between you and the tower? What's legal distance?
There is no.
Oh, legal distance?
No.
There's still a lot of land around, isn't there?
There is, but you know, they suck up what's along the highways first.
Yeah.
So Jason, do you see the church on that street?
Yep.
The tower? I think he's right to the left of that. I know it's harder because it's on my side this time, but...
Okay, I see 2 cars on the road. That right in that bend is where he's at.
I think he's right in that bend, yeah.
Yeah, because that would be where, what's his name, the Toyota dealership has his...
Oh, so he got something out here?
Whatever their names are. Scott? Yeah, Scott,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So really, there's a row of houses behind him. He rented all that land, right?
The one right behind his property?
Yeah.
I know he got some of it, but, you know, they mentioned moving again or something, I thought, so I don't really know. Yeah, I think that's it, right down in the bend.
Yep.
His driveway and the house.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure how much of the land he owns or leases, but...
Okay, see where the trees are right there? That's their land. And then behind the line of little trees...
Okay, so he's got several acres also then.
Yes.
So,
yep.
Well, good. Well, that's the only tower that we can run into, so we've cleared our tower. He's also got a water treatment plant right nearby. I didn't know that was here.
Yeah, because when you come up, was it Dairy Road or whatever he is, it's something like that? Yeah.
Yep, I see they're white, whatever. They've got a white something in the yard. So.
Man, look at the houses in there. They all look the same, don't they?
Well, I mean, my neighborhood's not much better. It's a little more diverse, but...
right. Well, how many homes are in your section? Do they build in phases?
No, ours is full now.
Oh,
but the same builder's building other... got some... Back over Kevin. I want to look at that other building by Kevin's house.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, that doesn't look like a house, does it? I know the driveway goes into the house that's behind him.
Oh, I see.
You see it?
Yeah, we're coming right up at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but that other building I don't know about.
Oh, the one in the back.
Well, no, the one in the front actually, the one that's being built behind the little store.
Okay, yeah, right there. Right there.
I can't see it. Oh yeah, that looks more like a shop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's maybe the shop for the house that's on the road.
Yeah, I think the house is on the road, and there's Kevin right there. There's 2 people in the driveway.
Okay, that's probably them. Probably Kevin and Morris. All right, well, let's get a little further north.
All right.
All right, let me see where we are in airspace, because I don't want to bust. Oh, we're good now. All right, well, I'm going to climb on up. So I go to full. Or, you know, back into first gear when I want to climb.
Okay.
I'm going to get up here out of Charlotte's airspace, and then I'll let you fly some.
All right. Where's the altimeter? What are we?
We're at 2,400.
Okay. Okay. This is your main thing, because I was looking down there. That's analog. And this is all.
Yeah. So this is analog. It's hard to see, but you can use that, of course.
Right.
But the good thing, these both have battery backup. So if something happened, this one died. I hit one button, and this becomes my primary.
Oh.
So, did I tell you the story when I did my instrument training? You have to practice instrument failures.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, okay, you just lost your primary instrument display where you had to fly an approach. And, you know, an instrument approach is where you can't see anything. There's a plane under us. I'm going to make sure I spot him before I talk myself into an airplane crash. He's supposed to be 1,000 feet below us, but I don't
see him yet.
I think he's under
There he is, right here.
He's under our wing?
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
All right, as long as you see him.
Right under the wing.
All right, so...
Okay, see, he's going to come out
we're
from the
fine
trailing
now.
edge.
He couldn't hit us now if he wanted to, so we're fine. So I'm doing my... I did probably one instrument approach the right way, and then this camera keeps shutting off. I'm having trouble with overheating. Doesn't matter. There, it's blinking red again. I did one. He goes like, okay, your primary instrument failed. So I did an approach using the old analog gauges. And he goes, can't you reverse your instrument? I'm like, yeah, I just got to do that. And he goes like, well, why didn't you do that? I'm like, well, I assumed you wanted me to do it the really hard way.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I just wanted you to show me what you would do if you lost an instrument. So, anyway, I did it the hard way.
Okay. Now, did you have to put the high-tech in, or was it already in?
All this stuff was in here. We added We had to put in a new transponder because you've got the new system that lets planes see each other better. We did that, but the most of the expensive stuff was in here.
Oh, okay.
That was really the reason we got this plane. It had a pretty new engine when we got it, and it had a lot of money in instruments.
Yeah, had a lot of updates. So it's just you and one owner.
Yeah.
Then, right. Okay.
So where the heck are we? All right. So we're east of Salisbury, west of Salisbury.
This is us right here.
Yep. So if you see, I don't know if you can see it, but about our 2 o'clock is a strip of land. That's Salisbury Airport.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh yeah, right there at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it's still a ways off.
Right.
It's actually it's about 7-8 miles away.
Okay, now is this where Jim keeps his stuff?
No, he's in Albemarle.
Oh,
Stanley.
Stanley.
So.
Now which way is that? That way?
It's this way also.
This way, okay. Boy, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
It is pretty.
How long did you fly yesterday?
That video I sent you?
Yeah.
That was earlier in the week, but about 2 hours almost.
Wow. Okay, what is that, Greensboro over there? Or?
Way off in the distance?
Yeah.
That might be... I think that's a small airport.
No, the building.
Oh.
See the buildings way out at 11 o'clock?
That's probably Winston-Salem.
Oh, Winston-Salem? Really?
Winston's a little closer than Greensboro, so.
Okay. Now, are those the mountains we flew through?
Those...
When we went to Martinsville?
They could be. They're in that direction.
Yeah.
I can't tell this far away for sure, but you can see a lot further than you realize.
Right.
Got another plane coming up on my left. He's still a long way away, but still.
On your lower left?
Way over here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's way out there, but I don't want him to sneak up on me. Okay, we're going to go a little higher so we can play around with. He's trying to get out of everybody's way or anybody's way. They do have skydivers at Rowan sometimes, so that's something else you got to watch out for.
Okay. So there's a lot of activity in this area then.
I mean, it comes and goes, and today's a pretty day, so.
Yeah. So when's the best time to fly? Weekend? I mean, weekdays?
I mean, weekdays, if you got early in the morning, like for training, that's the best time to have the skies to yourself.
Right. So we're at 5,000 feet.
5,500 is where I was heading.
Okay.
So I'm going to get up and get the plane trimmed out. You know what trim is?
Trim is where you do your final tweaking, isn't it?
Well, but you have to do it constantly.
Yeah.
And so, you know, as you get faster and the plane gets more lift, it wants to go up.
Right.
And if you don't want it to go up, then you trim it down.
Right.
If you're trying to land and you got the flaps and the landing gear down, those pull the plane downward.
So you got to
trim it up, or not. If not, you're just fighting the plane.
Right.
The whole time. So, so like now when I let go of it, so when we're at 130 knots. So when I let go of the plane, it wants to drop.
Right.
But as we get faster, that might go away.
Okay.
Or it might not. I don't know.
Right.
But what happens is I'm going to turn this wheel, and I can basically preload the controls to attempt to hold altitude.
Okay. Now, is your trim in your rear horizontal?
Yep. I can show you in the elevator. In the elevator, there's a little flap.
Right.
And that's literally all it is. You're bending a little tab up and down with a cable.
So it's that minute, but that makes it work that well. Yeah. Because I remember my dad doing it when I'd go fly military, the wheel would be down here sometimes.
Yeah. Some planes have them up here. Big commercial ones have these big spinning wheels that you don't normally do it manually in those, but you can see that they're working.
Yes.
It's sort of a visual.
You can see them cock back and forth.
Well, they're constantly spinning back and forth. Depends on the airplane, but so yeah, this is Rowan, but we're high enough now. We don't even need to tell them we're up here.
Okay.
If their plane's in the pattern there, they're 2,000 feet below us, 3,000 feet below us. So this is High Rock over here. We'll go over to High Rock.
Oh, okay. Now,
so I tell you what, you have flight controls. So, all right.
Okay.
So if it feels like it wants to go up or down, you tell me, and I'll.
Okay.
But if you want to just turn a little to feel it kind of roll. Oh, you probably felt.
Yep. Try to feel a little drop.
So if you just keep your hands there, but feel it with me, so you can feel it.
Yeah.
And then the other way.
Okay.
And then you pull back,
Right.
forward, gently.
Yep.
And then same thing with your feet. Put your feet on the rudder pedals. We can make the plane yaw back and forth.
Whoa. Did I do that?
No, I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
But that's when you're landing in a crosswind or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
how
Your
you.
correction.
So you don't have to fixate on this, but right here, you see that blue?
Uh-huh.
That's the altitude I set the bug.
Right.
So basically, we want to just maintain altitude and then drive towards the lake. You know.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and that's what you do in training is you have to do turns and stuff, and you have to do stalls without. Like when you practice stalls, they don't want you to be doing this. They want you to maintain altitude because that's how you simulate landing. You're at low speed, low power. They want you to maintain your. Let me set a heading bug too. I didn't set a heading bug, but so this will be a heading bug, but it doesn't matter.
Yep. So I'm flying by that right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Whatever's. Unfortunately, our analog gauges are just not in good spots.
Right.
Now, something you do have, this is called the turn coordinator. So, one of the things you learn, let me have it for a second, my controls, is if you were flying along on a beautiful day and all of a sudden you flew into a cloud, and you're not instrument rated, well, even if you are instrument rated, if you're not on a flight plan, you can't fly into a cloud. That's IMC. So if you flew into a cloud accidentally, what you're supposed to do is turn 180 degrees.
Automatically.
So there's something called a standard rate turn. And a standard rate turn is a turn that in 1 minute will turn you 180 degrees.
Okay.
So if you got nothing but this, if I turn and line the wingtip up with this line, that's a standard rate turn. So if I count to 60, when I get to 60, we should be pointed back in the direction we were going.
Oh.
So same thing this way.
Yep.
If we're at a standard rate turn and count 60 seconds, that should fly us right back out of what. So it's ice, clouds, whatever. So this is a good instrument. And this ball, do you know what the ball is?
That keeps you level.
Well, it keeps you coordinated.
Okay.
So think about a bicycle. If you try to turn a bicycle and you don't lean, it's hard.
Right.
The turn coordinator, that's how you keep coordinated. So basically, when I yaw the plane, the ball, that's not what you want to do. But when I turn the plane like this, I want to keep the ball in the center so that we're leaning the right amount.
Okay.
So that's basically, now, Bonanzas actually have a bungee, it's literally a bungee cord, so that when I turn this, the pedals and the ailerons are connected. So this plane is really good about keeping coordinated on its own.
Oh,
But that helps you keep the plane coordinated.
Right.
And on my side, you see these two triangles? Well, under it there's a line. Well, that line, see the line moving?
Yep,
That line is the ball.
Okay.
So this is the modern equivalent of that same thing. You have flight controls.
Okay.
So I'm just showing you that you do have an important instrument, but these are better.
Yeah.
This one little square right here gives me almost everything I need.
Right.
It tells me how high I am, what direction I'm going, how fast we're going, if we're coordinated, if we're turning. These lines at the top are 10 degrees. So we're at a 10-degree turn, a 20-degree turn, a 30-degree turn. This one little thing gives me, what all this other stuff, when this plane was built, this gives me more information than everything else in the plane when it was new. So super handy. Let me, so tell you what, you can just follow the river whenever you feel like it. I don't see other planes out here at the moment.
I know, I was looking too.
I did most of my training up here. This is a common area for people from Concord to come train. There's some railroad tracks that are good. There's one maneuver you have to make S turns over a straight line.
Right.
And you want to be perpendicular when you cross the straight line. So there's some railroad tracks over here that go across the river that I used as my point.
There's a reference point?
Reference point, yep. There's a water tower I used as one of my planning points for you have to simulate a cross country.
Right.
So this is an area that I was very familiar with back then.
Now, how many student hours did you have to do before you?
There is a minimum, but I think you only have to have 30 or 40, but I ended up I had some trouble with my medical because I was too honest.
Right.
So I was probably up in the 50s, I think.
Right. Boy, this thing is dead on to that, isn't it?
Well, it's supposed to be. They're calibrated to each other, but...
Now, what river is this?
This is the whole Yadkin PD. So this is High Rock, and then you've got Tuckertown and High Rock. I might have them backward. And then Baden Lake is where it gets bigger again. And then off in the distance, you got Lake Tillery.
Oh, okay.
And Morrow Mountain. So it's all one big, long river.
Okay, now where's Lake Tillery? Way up to
That's the one you see off. Yeah, we're going to go all the way down there if you want to just follow the river.
Yeah, because
we'll go around Stanley County Airport.
Oh, okay.
And then back towards Concord.
Okay. I know that my mom and dad bought some land for $10,000 on the lake in 71, 72. And Dad turned around and he made like $8,000 on it.
Good.
I wonder if it's good.
It'd be worth $1 million now if it was actually on the water.
Oh, yeah. Yep. He had like 200 foot of...
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little cabin on the lake when I was in college, but we didn't keep it. And now even property down here's gotten crazy expensive.
Has it? Yeah.
So turn to the right a little and head towards the big part of the lake.
All right.
And when you get your bearings, I'll show you something else.
Okay, I'm going to run parallel to this power line here.
Yeah, that's fine. Watching where we are. Tell you what, I'm going to turn Stanley on just in case they've got
communications to see what's going on.
120. Well, they could have parachutes.
KRUQ Quebec, left coast traffic approved.
Left coast traffic approved, 424 Quebec.
So we're above, so I don't know if you can see it, the camera's in here, but there's a airport there.
Oh, okay.
You see that? That's Stanley County. That's where Jim keeps his airplane.
Oh, I see it right off to 1 o'clock.
Yep. So we're going to be above there. We're flying into their airspace, this circle.
Okay.
Let me zoom this out.
What's our altitude, 5,000?
We're at 5,000. So this circle here is their airspace, but it only goes up to 3,100 feet.
Oh, okay.
So at 5,300 feet,
so
we don't even have to tell them we're up here.
Okay.
Because their planes are taking off this way.
Right.
And right over the middle is the safe spot.
Oh, okay.
That's the way most airports are. The safest place to be is straight above them, because unless you're a fighter jet, they can't get up here.
Oh, okay. How many hours have you logged so far?
I'm at about close to 400.
Okay. And your buddy, how long has he got?
He's got a little more than me, but we're pretty close now.
Yeah. Now, does he fly a lot?
We both would like to fly more, but it costs money, so you kind of...
Yeah.
You fly when you got some money. He's from Tennessee, so mostly his mom's having some health problems, so he kind of flies home to help take care of her. So
right.
So what's our altitude now?
5,600 feet.
No, 5,100 feet.
Oh,
so we've dropped.
And Sky Tower 424 Quebec.
So just gradually climb back up. So pull back.
Come back.
Sky 204 Quebec. We're going to stay on T2 left at this point.
I could trim it up just a tiny bit, but if you do too much, it'll go the other way. So
okay.
Not a big deal. I'm just letting you know how if you're not staying on top of it,
yep.
You think you're.
Okay, now we're 320, right?
5320.
Yep. And you want to go to 55?
I mean, it's up to you, but I was just sort of pointing out that, you know, we dropped a little and didn't realize it.
Oops. I got to come back.
I still don't see any traffic, but...
So what's Jim got now? Has he got, what, his biplane or whatever?
He's got the biplane and he's got the Cessna that he bought and got running. Yeah, he bought a Cessna that had been, like, not flown in, like, 10 years.
Does he always buy junk?
Pretty much, yep.
Which T4 Quebec?
He got his BMW straightened again. Did you see that? You don't see it on
T4
Facebook.
Quebec, T2 left.
You saw me crash at, CMP, right?
50 off, T2 left, 424 Quebec.
Yeah, so there's planes in the pattern down there, but we should be no factor for us.
Stanley County Tower, Grumman 74618 is 9 miles to the southwest, inbound full stop.
Over 7461 Golf, County Tower,
like you're fighting it? Do I need to trim it up or down?
09004, altimeter 3030, report entering Delta.
Let me have it just for a second. My control.
Altimeter 3030, and sorry, which runway was it?
Are you
Wants to
feeling
drop
the
just a little
resistance?
Number 61 Golf, runway 22 left.
All right, your controls.
Okay.
So there was the Stanley
and,
Airport.
Yep.
It's November 74618.
Turn. Well, hold on. Let me check our altitudes. There's a military operation there.
Number 74618, Roger. Report entering Delta.
So turn to the left just a little bit.
We'll report the downwind.
We'll stay left of the water. Just a little. That's good. Good to level off. And then as you roll back to the right, if you look down, Morrow Mountain State Park is right down.
Oh, Morrow Mountain?
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been over here or not.
Yeah, I have a long time ago. Right down there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So this whole area in this little bend of the river is Morrow Mountain State Park.
Wow.
We should see some of the parking areas and stuff as we turn. So we'll turn and sort of follow on the outside.
Okay.
But hopefully that'll give us a nice view of Morrow Mountain State Park.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so now we climbed a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
I'm 5720, right?
So just push over a little and...
Yeah, push down a little bit.
Yeah, so you can see the boat ramp down there.
Now you're talking about on the main river,
yeah,
right?
main river. I think that's the little where you can rent kayaks and canoes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So now we can turn to the right and start heading. So now this is Lake Tillery now.
Oh, okay.
So this is Tillery. Yeah, we just maintain this turn. That's good.
That good turn?
So we're at about, if you look at Mike, we're at about a 10 degree turn.
Okay. Well, I was watching that out of the corner of my eye.
Unfortunately, that one doesn't, it's only accurate at those specific marks.
Oh, okay.
So that one's not.
Dock 24 Quebec, left
This
course,
is the one
left base.
that mimics this, but you can't really see it.
left base.
Okay.
We'll turn right a little sharper and we'll head down the river. I'll get too far out in the boonies. But yeah, here, I'm gonna help you a little bit. So well, you can hold on. Just help me. We'll do it together.
Okay.
So we're at about a 25 degree turn. But yeah, Morrow Mountain, the top is one of the, you can see the pool right in front of the wing.
Yep.
Morrow Mountain is not really much of a mountain.
Remember 618, traffic, Skyhawk, left.
Apparently it was at one point. I'm trying to see, there's a little parking area and a trail at the top. You see it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, right down there, there's two. See
yeah. That's the pool parking lot.
Oh, that's the pool parking.
Oh, it's further over here. You see it up about 2 o'clock?
Yeah,
on top of that little peak?
Yep.
I think that's the actual, like the viewing.
Viewing.
Like there's some trails and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
And 74618 has the traffic in sight.
So and then, we're trying to climb
Number 618, Roger, maneuver to follow
the highway
traffic.
that's coming up in front of us, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Roger, following the traffic.
That's the Garrison Bridge that goes from Albemarle to Tillery.
Oh,
so depending on where your dad's land was, this would have been one of the main roads. And then the other way, at Norwood's at the other end of the lake. So depending on if it was near Norwood, it would be up this way more. Or if it was near Albemarle, it would be on this end. So
I think with that
highway, we're back on 22 left, missile wind 050 at 3, click to the option.
There's an area called Shipwreck. It could have been in the Shipwreck area, or the God, what's this other neighborhood called?
This one right here.
Yeah, my parents' neighborhood was down here. It's Strand Drive, but I can't think of the name of the actual. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's kind of the Norwood area, and then the Albemarle area.
Yep.
And then on the other side of the river is kind of, they call it Mount Gilead.
Okay.
So depending on where it was.
Okay, because he was somewhere on the main channel.
Okay, yep. Probably right in here.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put in Concord.
Okay.
Number 618, verify you still have that Skyhawk traffic in sight.
Oh, shoot. I hit cancel.
Negative, looking again here.
So now...
I've got him in sight.
Skyhawk 618, Roger, number 2, follow that traffic, runway 22 left, missile wind 040 at 5, click to the option.
That's going to take us to Concord.
Oh, okay.
So turn to the right. Just maintain your altitude the best you can.
Okay.
Until that green arrow is at the top.
Oh, okay.
And you can also see on the map that purple line.
Yep, okay.
It's just like a GPS in a car, except there's no roads. It's just a straight line.
Okay, is this a good turn?
Yep. That'll take us direct towards Concord. I can actually already see it.
I see Charlotte. Is that correct?
Yeah, to the right of Charlotte, about
618, verify you copy clearance and all that traffic.
is the Speedway area.
Yes, I'm following the Skyhawk that's now on base.
Number 618, follow that traffic, runway 22 left, midfield wind 03005, clear to the option.
So we'll get out here out of the military area, and I'll
So
we'll do one more thing before we head back.
All right.
Stand by, lift 79 is 3,500 above your airspace, requesting descent down in for landing.
Okay, we pretty...
79er, Roger, enter left downwind runway.
We're not quite parallel.
Okay.
Left downwind 32 left with 79er.
Okay.
And then I'm going to set the heading bug.
Right.
Number
So now we've got
618,
both the heading bug and the
runway 22
GPS. It doesn't matter. We're heading in the right direction.
Clear to land, thank you.
So let me have my controls for a minute.
Yep.
So I'm going to get back to 5,500 feet.
Okay.
Or it's actually 56. Let me reset it. 5,500.
Okay, where was that? 56?
So we're at 55 now, this purple
okay.
line. And so you can set it, so this purple line is just like a heading bug for direction. It's an altitude bug. And if we get too high or too low, this changes colors to warn us.
Oh, okay.
So, so this is Albemarle. Do you see this neighborhood over here, the red dirt?
Yeah.
That's my land that I sold last year. So those pictures I showed you guys the other night, do you see a water tower?
Yeah. On the road?
Straight across the water tower, that green field.
Yep.
That's one of the fields I showed you drone photos the other day.
Oh, okay.
And the other one is just below the water tower. You see the green field kind of going this way? There's two dark green fields.
Yes.
One's on the top of the water tower, one's on the bottom of the water tower.
traffic, Skyhawk firing T2 left.
And the highway's going around.
Entering
Those
a
are the
right
two fields I showed you the other day. So, my dad's house is right across the street from that.
Oh, really?
My brother lives there now, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So we're back over the land I sold. See, I just lost 200 feet. So, but yeah.
Skyhawk 24 Quebec, right close traffic approved for right base.
See, but all the bit now.
Right, close traffic approved for right base. 424 Quebec.
Right away that you were talking about.
Yeah. The highway.
Yeah. Well,
and
no,
then,
the right away.
Right.
The right away that you had to, when you sell the land or do whatever, see the right away going into the farm.
Oh yeah, that driveway. Yeah. The easement.
Yep.
And then the across from this green field, there's sort of a big farm kind of going this way between the road and the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
That's what I sold last year. That was 150 acres we sold last year.
Oh, okay.
So that's the land my grandfather was a sharecropper on.
Oh,
so
okay.
I kind of hated to sell it. I thought we'd sell the road frontage first and keep the farm, but things went so crazy they offered us money that I didn't think I'd ever get in my lifetime. So I ended up keeping some of the road frontage and sold the farmland.
Right.
All right, so let me get back on task here for a minute.
Okay. So your homestead is here?
I grew up in Albemarle, yeah.
Okay.
And Stanley Tower, lift 79er is left base.
Okay. So one of the first things you do in
79,
flight
right
training
T2 left, midfield wind
is
calm,
just
click the
practice
option.
turns.
To left, clear for the option, lift 79er.
Let me shut him up again. Well, now we're on. We don't need to hear anybody. Okay, we're out of Albemarle. So it's just turns. So I've got a heading bug. I'm going to get on my heading bug. And we're on our altitude bug. So one of the things you want to do is what they call a 30-degree turn. So I'm going to do a 30-degree turn to the left and try to maintain altitude.
Okay.
So 30 degrees, so you've got this hash mark, and then the third one's a little bigger.
Right.
Do you see that right there? That's 30 degrees.
Okay.
So basically, you just roll into the corner, and then as a visual pilot starting out, you don't want to stare at the instruments. You want to be looking outside.
Right.
So you kind of want to memorize what this looks like. You want to coordinate your brain to knowing what a 30-degree turn looks like, but you don't want to stare at the 30 degrees.
Right.
So that's...
Yeah, you want to do for horizon versus cockpit.
And you do have to scan. You have to look out and in, but you want to scan just to make sure you're maintaining altitude and maintaining your turn.
Right.
But you're supposed to be looking outside.
Right.
That's what a beginner pilot does. You scan outside. So you do these in both directions. You do them over and over and over. And then our heading indicator is coming around, and you want to be able to start rolling out of the turn so that when you're back level again, you're dead on that heading bug. Or, that's the goal.
Right.
And again, we dropped about 30 feet, but that's not enough to be a problem. Now we could, in a plane that doesn't have the pedals, we could be using the rudders to help keep the ball centered, but for the most part, this plane kind of does that for us. So when I'm about 10 degrees before my heading bug, I'm just going to start rolling out.
Rolling out, yep.
And hopefully, I've rolled out a little too soon. But you get the idea.
So you get them perpendicular, simultaneously.
And so training, you do a lot of that stuff. And when it gets interesting, though, I'm going to let you do one of those in a minute, but I want to show you something else, is you have to do steep turns. And a steep turn for a private pilot is a 45-degree angle. So same thing, but what happens when you turn the plane like this, the wings are no longer lifting the plane this way. They're lifting the plane this way.
Right.
So you start falling into the corner.
Right.
So when you go, I'm not going to do a whole turn, but when you go into a 45-degree angle turn,
you lose your lift.
The plane starts dropping, so it's much harder to maintain. You feel pretty good at first, you're pulling back, but at some point it starts to want to fall, like there it goes. And you start pulling, you feel that in your stomach just a little bit.
So you got to pull back.
So you got to pull back more, or you can add power. Depends on the plane. But you still you can't stare at the instruments. You've got to use the horizon and your gut to fly the plane.
Right.
And just use these. See, we're dropping again, so I'm pulling back a little. Because if you drop more than 100 feet, you fail.
Right.
So you've got to be within a certain tolerance without just going crazy, so. And every now and then, when you do it just right, either one of these turns, if you do a perfect turn and you fly back into your own wake, you'll feel the plane draft your own airplane, like drafting in a race car.
Right, yeah,
You'll feel it. And so it doesn't happen every time, no matter how good you are. Oh, see, now I just dropped 200 feet. See, I was talking and not paying attention.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to do.
Right.
I'm not training for anything, so it doesn't matter.
Right. But this is why that lit up.
Yep. So I'll get back up here.
So what's it got, like a 200-foot variation?
I don't know if it's 200 or 100, because this isn't really for training. This is more like for traveling. Like, hey, you really need to look what you're doing. So you take flight controls.
All right.
So if you want to turn one way or the other, try a 30-degree turn. We're already trying. We might need to let the airspeed even out, but just so yep, that's 30 degrees. So you got to stop though.
Oh, okay.
You can't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like a car. A car, you get it to a point and it'll keep turning. A plane, you got to unsteer to stop the turn.
Right.
So we'll pull back just a little bit to maintain our altitude.
So I'm looking at the horizon to get familiar with that.
Yep.
And I'm looking at things, see where I'm going, watching my damn altitude.
No, you're good. You're good now. But that's the thing, you got a lot to do, and I think sometimes you hear people say, sometimes you go to college or go to school to learn how to learn.
Right.
And this is, as much as anything, this is just learning how to multitask.
Right.
How to do. Now our turn's getting a little shallow, so now we got to get back in the turn.
Okay.
Now we're getting a little too steep, so back to the left a little. Okay. Starting to drop a little.
Oh, wow. That feels good. For me, I'm climbing a little bit, and I lost my
got shallow a little. Yep. That's fine. But you gotta learn. By the time a pilot is soloing and out, you can just go out and do this all day long. So when you're paying an instructor to be in the plane with you, it's kind of painful. But once you get soloed, you go out and do this stuff by yourself.
Right.
So then you're just burning fuel. So if you see the speedway right in front of us, you can go ahead and level off, and we'll fly to the speedway. You may not see it, but I see it.
I see it. I see the tower.
The little water tower.
Yeah.
There's a big tower off to the right.
Yeah.
That's Huntersville. But the little water tower is the Speedway.
Okay, what do we...
So now we're good. I'm going to reset my heading, but we're going to fly the Speedway.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
This is addictive.
So I'm going to go ahead and slow down just a little. How far away from Concord are we? We're 18 miles. So I'll go ahead and get on their tower.
Call me for taxi just so we can keep from blocking up the...
I messed up my radios earlier.
776 Alpha, 155 Zulu weather, wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 15, dew point -1, altimeter 3029er. Expect visual approach runway 2, 5G NOTAMs in effect for Concord Airport. Advise you have information Papa. Concord Regional Airport information Papa.
The destination was Mike Tango
We're going to have
Victor.
to lose some altitude here in a minute.
That's not for 12468.
So now we're starting to come into Charlotte.
Okay, who wanted the VFR flight follow?
What's that?
You say you just...
12468 is just
I can't hear
departing to
it.
the east of VFR.
Did you just...
All right, 468, you
microphone
can
up to your
taxi
mouth.
runway 2.
That's why I can't hear you.
Sorry, departing to the west for VFR.
Did you just say...
K468, taxi runway 2.
Go lower, yeah. See these?
Runway 2,
If you see this, you see all these circles?
And a Hotel
right?
Sierra
So
reports
it's like
mid right
you know
now,
what a wedding
wind
cake
for
looks
2.
like, right? Right. In the middle's taller, and the edges are lower. Well, airspace is the opposite of that. The airspace over Charlotte is upside down.
runway 2.
So as planes climb out,
Hotel Sierra Farmer,
the
for
Charlotte
flight
airspace
following
gets higher.
guy,
So we
give
have to
me
go lower.
your call
We
sign
have to go
again.
under Charlotte's airspace.
Oh, okay.
So these rings, the outer ring is up here, but then as you come in closer,
It gets smaller.
and as you get closer to, well, it gets fatter. It gets,
you
it gets
mean
smaller. But so to come into Concord, we have to go under Charlotte. So Charlotte's airport's way on the other side of
After
downtown.
4489 X-ray,
So
are you
there's
an
jets
archer?
going above us, but we have to get down under them. So I'm going to go ahead and I have to call. What was the air?
Report, advise you have information Papa.
Papa. Okay.
Mike Tango Victor, okay, that might have been what the problem was.
I'll go ahead back into the
No problem.
top. And usually about 12 miles out we'll call them, so.
Okay.
And what was the altitude?
I'm just going to head to the Speedway.
Okay. Now this is just natural turbulence, right?
I think so, yep. I mean, the wings fall off. If the wings didn't fall off, we're
in good shape.
hopefully we're okay.
Yeah.
And it was bumpy up in the mountains. So I know that video didn't show
776
it.
Golf, taxi runway 2.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
I would say so.
760.
it was the plane was doing this.
All right, 4489 X-ray, I'm having loads of trouble with this thing, but 766 Golf, just hold short of Alpha for that Cessna if you're right.
Holding short of Alpha, 776 Golf.
489 X-ray, just when you get to the runway, when I get you off the ground, I'll switch you to Charlotte and they can work it out.
Now, is that a private individual?
I don't know who he's talking. He's on the ground. He's on hogging the two frequencies at the same time. So
Just, you're down south ramp, right?
we're only here to have a conversation. I'm going to try not to step on him.
All right, just hold short of Alpha for I'll let you know who to follow. Actually, going to be a Cessna go by and an Archer. You can follow the Archer to runway 289X.
I need to call in, but he's talking.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an exact number. We're not in their airspace yet, but it's courtesy. Concord Tower, Bonanza 853 on Mike's 10 miles to the east, inbound with Papa for full stop.
8539er Mike, roger. Proceed to the Speedway, right base, runway 2.
Speedway, then right base for runway 23 on Mike. So he told us to go to the Speedway, which I thought he would. There's a big-ass tower, though, right in front of us. I got to make sure we don't hit Speedway, and then right base, which means we're going to come in a right dog leg and then land.
90 degrees?
90 degrees, yep. Which is kind of what I anticipated. All right, so I got to add fuel because we're back down in the thicker air again.
Okay.
You didn't see that, but these bars were turning yellow, which is a warning that the temperatures were a little warm.
Oh.
The cylinder temperatures or the exhaust gas temperatures.
Yeah.
Not the oil this time. That's what we use for leaning and enriching the airplane.
Right.
That's like less than 347. We're not getting into that today.
So you're 174 temperature?
Yep, that's my oil temp. That's
your pressure is 63?
Yep.
Okay.
Oil pressure.
709 Golf, runway 2,
12.3 gallons
taxi
per
out.
hour of fuel. That's the third one.
Oh, okay. That's what you're burning?
Yep. And this shows the same thing. This is the analog one here.
Oh, okay.
Check 468, runway 2, clear for takeoff, left turn out.
So I'm going to load a visual approach to 2.
Hey, Concord Tower 738 Hotel Sierra.
Don't need it, but
right down one runway.
80 Hotel Sierra, runway 2, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 28 Hotel Sierra.
So this is a big park out here near where that tower is.
Yep. Is this 16 here?
No, that is that's Highway 49. We just crossed. The road we just crossed?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 16's on the far side.
Yeah,
It's way up.
yeah, it's going towards the mountain.
I flew over there going to the mountains. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the big giant city landfill trash mountain, I call it, behind the speedway.
Now who owns this? The county or?
I think it's in Cabarrus County, but it's, I don't know. I think Charlotte leases it, but it's a big mess. I hate they built such a big, dirty.
Right.
39 Mike, look for traffic. They're just northwest of the speedway and a right base. They're not going to be a factor. You're number 2, runway 2, clear to land.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 2, 300 Mike. I did not see them, and I also didn't see the landing traffic. He said they're not a factor, though.
So we do have somebody up here?
Yeah, all right, so I'm a little fast.
You'll back off?
I got to speed low down, get the gear down.
Okay.
All right, so you can just be quiet for me for a few minutes, and I'm going to fly the airplane. Do some sightseeing.
I can do that.
It's a good view to come in, though.
Oh, yes. Man, I hope I can go there next week.
Oh, I see the landing traffic now. Short final. Over at the runway he's landing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, gears down. Gears confirmed down. And we're at good flap speed. So this is Hendrick's dealerships here. Hendrick Motorsports is right down here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, I told you I wasn't going to talk. Great Wolf Lodge, the mall.
Yep.
But this is all the...
That all Hendrick.
Yep. Go ahead and get my flaps down.
So say Hotel Sierra, taxi Delta Alpha to the ramp. You parking right here in front of the tower or north ramp?
And Delta Alpha to the ramp, we're going to be in the front parking.
All right, full rich, full propeller.
All right, make a left then on Alpha
Low
and
gear,
right at the first taxiway.
All right, left on Alpha, and then we'll get off on the first taxiway. Heavy Hotel Sierra.
Start rolling back the power, full rich, full
Concord
prop,
Tower,
gear down,
776 Golf,
firm
holding
down.
short, runway 2, ready for takeoff.
776 Golf, hold short, runway 2.
This is where we were
short,
talking about the
runway
birds,
2,
where these trees
7
are. So if you see any giant birds.
Yep.
So those 4 white lights,
Uh-huh.
if you get too low, those turn red.
Okay, yeah.
So you want 2 red. See one of them starting to turn red? Can you see that?
Yep.
You want 1 red. I'm sorry, you want 2 red, 2 white is your perfect. That's just a guide. It's not like right or wrong.
Right, just like call the ball
so-
on the aircraft carrier.
All right, 90 knots.
Concord Tower, this is Med Center 3, is over in the Dolly Like taxi over to Alpha Alpha 6, will be northwest bound today.
At 3 Alpha Alpha 6, northbound, left turnout, clear for takeoff, remain west of runway at all times.
Alpha Alpha 6, clear for takeoff, northbound, will remain west of runway all times.
A little warbly landing. So yeah, and those indicators, they're called Vassies or Pappies. There's 2 different kinds.
And that's a 39 Mike. Where are you parking today?
Heading to the T-hangar, steering like.
All right, left Delta, right Alpha, hold short of Alpha 6 for now. Helicopter coming out of Alpha 6 for northwestbound departure.
Delta Alpha, hold short Alpha 6 for the helicopter, steering like. Yeah.
That's emergency, isn't it?
Archer 776 Golf, fly runway heading, runway 2, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, runway 2, clear for takeoff, 776 Golf.
Finance 39 Mike, taxi to the ramp.
Taxi to the ramp, 39 Mike, thanks. So those light indicators, those are for if you're landing at the 1,000-foot markers.
Right.
So if you saw at the end, I don't know if you noticed, they all turn red. It's because I was landing intentionally short. But if you came out of
3 for exchange proof.
If you came out of an instrument approach is assuming you're going to land down there.
Right.
That way you've got a little extra wiggle room on both ends.
Right.
So yeah, it's a good indicator, but you don't have to use it. So
That's center 3 for exchange is approved.
Just another helpful sign.
Yeah. But if you turn to land and they're all red and we're way over the interstate.
And Archer 89 X-ray, main outside Charlotte Bravo airspace, runway 2, clear for takeoff. Main house Bravo.
Do you do many touch and goes?
You don't really do touch and goes in a complex aircraft because of the landing gear stuff. So when I do
on them?
Well, it's just something to screw up.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Okay.
So normally when I do like my night currency, where you have to do landings at night to carry passengers, you do what they call full stop landing. So you have to land, taxi back the runway, do it again.
Oh, okay.
Takes longer. It's kind of a pain, but that's the way you're supposed to do it.
Right. So how many night do you have to keep certified?
You got to do 3.
Archer 709 Golf, right turn out, runway 2, clear for takeoff.
To carry passengers,
approved, runway 2,
you
clear
have
for
to
takeoff,
do
709 Golf.
3 every 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So basically, if you do 3, that buys you 3 months of currency.
Oh,
but you can fly solo or with another pilot. You just can't carry passengers at night.
Okay.
It's just kind of a weird, arbitrary. There's that same Cirrus that had the.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that wasn't you I was with. That Cirrus had a
got a bent penalty. Yeah.
landing gear had flat, and of course now the propeller's bent, which means the engine's got to be replaced.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the what I can gather of that is somebody bought a plane. It flew in from Florida. They went up and thought they could fly it on a windy day, and they ended up basically crashing the airplane. Wow. Or just had a really bad landing and broke the landing gear. I don't know that for a fact, but I was looking at the flight history, and it basically, this plane has been in Florida, and all of a sudden it came to Congress.
76 Golf, go ahead and turn left
And whoever was
down.
flying it didn't know what they were doing.
Okay.
Left downwind, 76 Golf.
Speculating a little, but
Right. So what's the rent here?
about $300 a month.
Okay, that's not bad.
And 89 X-ray, proceed on course, remain outside the Bravo. You may have to give Charlotte all your information again, but you can contact them on 128.32. Have a good day.
And the waiting list now is
12832, seeing a big good day.
Kind of grateful to have it, honestly.
Right.
Turn my camera off. You might want to see his steerman.
Yeah, man, I was sitting there.
He's a really nice guy, Hill.